we've got this great hunter's shack here. This little it's more than a shack, it's a cabin actually. Can't even consider it a home because with all this stonework, right? Well, let's just use some. Let's take a big. This might look scary to try and draw, but I think if you take a big look at it, it gets a little bit easier. What I mean by that is think of it. Think in terms of just a perspective grid. All right. So, you know, if you have a line going like this, immediately go to the top, the highest point. That way you have some. Okay, now we have some framework of how we can get the rest of it in perspective. You see, then you could guesstimate that. Maybe this right there. Wow, if you get those 4 lines in, now everything else starts to fall into place. All right. Then you could even like, okay, where is this angle over here, right? And then even the base of the staircase. So you could really start to, just by getting these key lines in, you could start freehanding the rest of it. So let's get that bottom one, and then it's about, I'm going to say it's about that angle right there, okay? Roof angles coming down like that, right? And I'm kind of drawing this lightly, so it's somewhat of a gesture. Okay, look at that. Now I've kind of got my fanning out idea, all right? Edge of roof. Now all the lines have got to, in here, have got to converge. Maybe this is going to be maybe that's going to be the little porch area there. All right, here's the corner. Let's get the corner of the house in, maybe right like that, right? And that corner is going to be right here. I'll show you. All right, so this is going to go back to that vanishing point. You see that? All right, where's this staircase is going to go back there. The top of the chimney. And let's put in the other side. Let's put in this far side of the house. Edge right there. Okay. All right. Okay, so these are all of our key structural points here. And now what we could do is just by using, like, we could just kind of guesstimate. Okay, so there's one pole. There's another one. All right. We've got 3. 1. There's 3 poles there, right? Okay, this is going to extend out. And now I'm just kind of freehanding this thing. Where does this top of these are the questions I'm asking myself. Where does this corner line up to? Oh, okay, look, it's right outside that door. All right. So it's going to be right about there per se. All right. There's the other side of that roof. And where's this guy falling? No, I'm going to say just about there maybe, right? Now this staircase, this is hard to draw. I won't fool you, okay? But if something in perspective is if you're drawing a building and you find something extra element like it's an addition, the staircase, I always say start with the ground plane first. get where it's coming in contact with the ground first. So let's just say it's going to be coming out here a little bit. You see this? All right. And this is almost lining up with that right there. All right, so there's my ground plane right there. That's where it's coming in contact with the ground. And let's bring that up just a little bit like this. Okay. And this, I'm going to give a little bit of a platform up on top there. And I always, before I do stairs, I always like to make that slope. You see? This is going back to that vanishing point. And then at this corner, this is going to go to this vanishing point. All right, here's the little porch going there, right? Okay. Now this is interesting. They have, I just noticed this by looking at it. Look, there's a staircase right here punching out. You see that? So let's do that with the same process here. Okay, so let's see. There's two doors. There's one in the bottom, right? One in the bottom and one in the bottom and one in the top, and they perfectly line up with each other. So let's kind of use those as a basis. And then this is going to pop out here. All right. This is going to, once again, go to that vanishing point. All right. This is going to go back. And there's no specific order here. I'm just kind of following the forms around, all right? So there is that other staircase. This is why I personally don't like having you use rulers. They will slow the sketching process down and make it look too hey, that's okay, Achille. I'm gonna have to, that's okay, buddy. What time is it right now? Yeah, I'll be done. We'll be done in about 10 minutes. And then you can watch, jump ahead and watch the recording, okay? It's okay. What time is it? You're like, it's like middle of the night for you, by the way, isn't it? I think it's middle of the night for you. So the fact that you, I think it is, the fact that you're able to get up and do this with me is quite remarkable. Okay, so then, you know, I'm just, all I'm doing right now is just, you know, I keep taking a big approach to this. You know, most of my lines are going to go in 3 directions, okay? Just remember this. They have to go in 3 directions generally. They either have to go up or down, straight up or down, okay? Or they're going to go to this vanishing point, or they're going to all go to this vanishing point. That's it. There's a couple, you know, the slope of the roof is slightly different. If something's on a curve, that's going to be slightly different. But generally speaking, we're only talking 3 directions, up or down. Everything has got to point to this vanishing point, or it's got to point to this vanishing point over there. All right, just keep that in mind as you draw this. Yes. Oh, in the afternoon. Okay. All right. Okay, let's continue here. I'm going to just kind of, I keep getting these little, have these little guides here. Look, there's a rail coming down here. Just following the guides. It's going to go back to that vanishing point. All right, let's get this chimney in place here. 3 verticals, okay? That's going to go to that vanishing point. That's going to go to that vanishing point. And bam, you got a nice chimney. It's all because you understand that perspective grid. Now, when it comes to drawing these shingles, well, start with a guide first. Just get some guidelines here. All right. Now you can start to add these shingles on here, and I'm just going to use these little scallop lines, but I want to make sure that these edges are all going back in the right perspective. Okay, and the same thing for the these stones. Just get some guides, get some lines on here, so then when you start building these stones out, look at this. Look at this cat here. You're gonna make a mess, buddy. Oh boy. All right. When you get these stones here, you could follow those guides and they start to fall into place. Okay, let's keep going here. I got some more time here. Look out, buddy. Say hello to everyone and then go away. Go away, bud. All I'm doing now is just kind of just kind of I'm just working my way around the drawing here. I keep adding detail. A cat, you've got a cat running across your desk, huh? Achille, are you drawing from home or work? See, we've got this is a very dark into the basement, right? I don't know. So I'm just kind of just guessing and putting in some of the structure here, right? But really using these structural lines to get this down first. So it just shows you how quickly you're from home. Oh, you're retired. Great. It just shows you how quickly with once you get your overall like framework down, you just start following those guides, and you could quickly now, this is, you get past the construction point, and you could start adding different details in. Without thinking too much about perspective anymore. But this was only possible at the very beginning when we got those different pieces in place. So, Achille, do you guys have one cat, or what do you got? What kind of pets do you got running around the house there? Okay, I'm going to add just a couple trees back here, just some branches to... Not putting a lot of detail in that background area there, just enough to suggest a bit of a forest. Just one cat. She's called Mystique. Mystique? Well, they named this one Oliver, so I don't know. I'm not quite sold on Oliver yet. Oh boy. Mystique. Yeah, this is still a kitten, so Mr. Oliver's driving me crazy slightly. All right. Hey, this Belinda, when you watch this a little bit later, if you have to pause, I know you're trying to go as fast as I am, but Just slow down at the beginning, get those key angles right, and then you can speed up when you start getting more to the detail, okay? If you do have additional questions, please join our Facebook group. It's totally for free. Post your questions in there. You can direct it toward me, or even down here in the comments below, you can ask a question and I will try and answer it my best. My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. All right. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye.